It's that time of the year where you are carrying your bag. Most places in the UK now will have taken trolleys off because it's that type of weather. But what clubs should you have in your golf bag? Today we are going to be talking through what are the 5 golf clubs I would recommend to have in your bag that not only will make your bag lighter in the winter, can also help you improve. Guys, if you are new to the channel, then welcome to this YouTube channel. If you want to hit that subscribe button and join us on that journey to 50,000, that will be great. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about what irons you should have in your bag in the winter, and one way that you can make your bag a little bit lighter but also improve ready for next season. But there's only one man we need for this job and to put it through its paces, and that's mid-handicap Dave. And here he is, Dave. So we're talking about winter golf. We know that you're carrying your bag now, not using your trolley anymore. So you like to lighten the load and have a little bit of a practice, because we've done this in lessons before where we've got less clubs in your golf bag, so you actually have to think about it. Yeah,
especially around Garforth, I'm carrying from now until probably middle of March, weather dependent obviously. And I just wonder whether I should be carrying much fewer clubs than you agreed with me. So we were going to go through what your recommendations would be. Yeah,
so behind you we have your clubs. There's a few more in there that aren't going to be used. But the first club up, your longest club, is this right here. So your Tacoma 5-wood.
So you wouldn't recommend a driver?
So obviously you want something that is going to go a long way, but you can obviously also use it in different situations. So off the fairway, par 3s potentially, as we know this for you is about a 180 club, a good one, might get a little bit further.
Yeah, on a good day.
So
but it's all about carry.
Yeah. So again,
in the winter that is.
In the winter, exactly. It's all about your carry numbers because we know it's going to drop and stop. So we know Dave's driver has been driving better recently.
Yeah.
Obviously, but still, if we're taking clubs out, 5-wood is his go-to. And you see right there, if it gets up, and it does, it's exactly what we've seen out on the golf course, Dave. So, yeah. 180 yards, you said that was your club, it's landed at 161, and even from a bottom strike there...
I'm going to say I don't think it was the best strike. I was looking for a more downward blow, but didn't get it.
No, but this is where obviously this is a club that you have a lot of trust in. This is one of your favourite clubs in the golf bag.
It's if my driver's not playing
ball
in the summer, then I'll pull this out.
Perfect. Let's go one more then to 180, and then let's see what you go to next.
A bit right, but
yeah, but a nice launch. Is it going to get up there?
Yeah, pretty
Again,
much.
161, identical carries just to the right, but that is the top end of your bag, what you would have in. So obviously from there, Dave, we know there's what's going to be next. So you're going to go into your irons. We know you also have hybrids.
I would be looking for a hybrid in the mid to longer iron.
Yep. So you've gone with your 6 hybrid,
yeah,
which is a go-to. And guys, a lot of people have asked about my head cover. That is my dog, Radley. Again, check out.
Strange name for a dog.
It is, yeah. It was the missus who named him. Everyone thinks it's Bradley.
So it must be named after a handbag or something.
Which I didn't know at the time. But again, those head covers, guys, are from Carl at LPC, which is on screen now. But 6 hybrids. So again, distance-wise for your 6 hybrid, Dave, what do we?
Looking at about.
Let's see.
160 with a bit of luck.
6 iron, we'll save it as. So how far for your hybrid, Dave?
About 160.
160. So we've moved in there on the simulator. And again, 11 hybrids, £90, Dave. You bought, obviously, we've got premium shafts in there.
Yeah, it's the KBS.
So we've got the KBS hybrid shafts, 70 grams. And again, behind the golf ball, obviously,
it looks
nice.
Really forgiving.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see from a hybrid. You had hybrids in your bag before, but not down to a 6.
No, always down to a 5, but I have enjoyed hitting this. That wasn't the best strike, however,
get up. Again, forgiveness, and this is obviously how we've built your bag, Dave.
Yes.
There's a lot of clubs in there that are designed for forgiveness.
Yeah.
And this is what's helped you obviously play well this year, enjoy your golf, and have those clubs which you can feel confident with, even with a strike like that.
Yeah, and you sometimes wonder if in the summer, if you're just going out for a few holes, rather than taking your full bag, should you just drop down to what you use in the winter?
Yeah, exactly. When we get to irons, obviously that's going to be a big talking point of how we've done the setup for Dave. So better strike there. Towering ball flight, exactly why the hybrids are in the bag, and that would be well inside.
And as I say, it's about
average.
well, it's 166 there, but
yeah,
it's about 160.
Perfect. Next up, Dave, what club have we got under these Craftsman head covers? So again, let's see what we've got.
It's a 6 iron, which seems strange because I've got a 6 hybrid, but it just goes with the distancing.
Yeah, so again, obviously just because it's a 6 hybrid and 6, if you grab your hybrid out, obviously shaft length compared, have we got much difference in there, Dave?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Oh, this is a first for Dave. Let's see what we've got distance-wise.
Yeah.
So you can see a little bit longer there, which is going to give Dave a little bit more distance. So your 6 iron you would play how far, Dave?
I'm saying 150.
150.
But if there's any of these clubs that I'm really not certain about, it's this one.
Yeah, and this is where you might go 7 iron and your 9 iron potentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is where you can think about what gapping do you want on your golf course, what kind of shots do you get more of, and which fits. So let's see how Dave goes with that 6 iron. Again, and these are forgiving, I would say tailor-made, Tacoma 101 T irons, Dave.
Yeah.
And again, we said it was a 150 club, landed 140, gone out to 150, exactly what you was playing. So it's a nice gap, Dave, but it's also, you know, a longer iron and just makes you hit your longer irons in your bag even.
And there's the opportunity to try and not manipulate it as such, but maybe try and hit a little bit of a knockdown shot.
Yeah.
That's going to go 140.
Yeah, so let's try and hit that now. So that's going to probably land a little bit shorter. This is where, obviously, if I move this pin again now to, let's say, 140, Dave's going to probably land it 130.
Yeah.
So he's going to take a bit out. And this is where, obviously, it's good, because if you're playing in windier conditions in the summer, you've got those shots that you can play. So Dave's a little bit down the grip. He's taken a little bit out of the swing. You can see the ball flight comes down, lands at 130 and goes 145.
So that's gone a little bit further than I thought.
Yeah, but you was able to fly that down again on a green. That's going to stop, and in the wind, that ball flight is pretty much halved.
Yeah.
Right, from there, Dave, obviously do we go in order relatively, or are we going to an 8 iron?
I'm going to an 8 iron, it's just a 2 club.
And we can see what the last club in there is. And you might be thinking you've said 5 clubs. Yes, we do need that club right there, so you would have 6 clubs in your bag. Obviously, we do need a putter out there. So 8 iron, Dave, distance-wise?
I'd hope about 130, Chris.
130, so we'll set that. And again, guys, this is a good thing for you to do. Go down to a driving range. Here we're in the Golf Zone Simulator, but here at Waterfront we do have a TrackMan range where you can track all your distances. You can continuously get those through the winter and see what your averages are. And again, forgiveness right there. Pretty clean strike, but look at that.
I thought that was in.
Exactly. Oh, excellent, it's going to say. There we go. So this is where obviously you can do good practice on the range. You see, we're going through different clubs here as well, Dave, and on the golf course you're learning different shots, you're learning to understand your swing a bit more.
Now at this part of the bag, this is where I'm really wondering if I'm correct in my thinking, because I'm going for an 8 iron, and as you've just pointed out, my next one is my approach wedge, which is a 52, and I don't know whether that's too much of a gap, because a full shot with that approach wedge is only going to go about 90 yards tops.
Yeah, so this is where obviously we need to know. I've moved that down now to 110 yards. Can Dave grip down this club and still flight that 8 iron in? Let's see if we can still do that. So he's going to go down the club, so it'll take a bit of speed out of there. Can Dave get that control? So 110 yards. Straight away there, he's down the grip, it's pitched next to the flag and just run out. So you can see there Dave can take that distance out. Obviously that 100 number we'll talk about when we get to the 52, but you can take more out of that club than you thought, Dave.
Yeah, you never really expect to be able to knock it down by 15, 20 yards. That always seems a bit too much, but speaking to you, you know, rather than trying to swing it a bit slower or not turn quite as far back, play it down, play it as if the shaft's a lot shorter so that your hand's almost on the stick. Well, it's graphite, not steel, but your bottom hand is almost on the shaft
and
rather
that's
than on
going
the
to
grip.
take some speed out of it. It allowed you to do that, but let's grab your A wedge and let's change distance. Right, so 100 yards here. Dave said obviously his 52 can't get there, but again we can put this slightly back in his stance and again just take a little bit of loft off this club so it goes from a 52 closer to a 50, maybe even a 48, because that will allow him to get that little bit more penetrating ball flight and still get that number that we need. And you see there, ball flight comes down. That's a nice spinning one, landing at 90 and running out to 100. So interesting there, Dave.
I'm so impressed with that.
Yeah, me too, Dave. But you can see obviously all we're doing there is we're starting to play around with different setups, what we can do, because if that was into a windy condition, Dave had this shot, that's a shot he could go to. So then when he comes back to the season, you've got more shots in the locker, which help you go from 13 handicapper, hopefully, to single figures next year.
Let's hope so.
Let's go one more, Dave.
Still the 100 yard, yeah?
Yeah, or we can just play your stock one now, so let's change this now to 90 yards. That's what Dave said, just a stock normal shot is with this. Can he do that under the pressure? Of course he can. Pitches it at the flag. Not bad at all.
We'll take them, Chris.
So guys, obviously there is a quick way to practice on what 5 clubs you should have in your golf bag. So have a play around there. Start to learn how to play different shots in the winter when you are having to carry your bag. This can certainly help you when you go back into the season. If you're looking to practice and start to get numbers just like Dave has there and start to really improve and work on that game, then head down here to Waterfront Golf. You've got a TrackMan range there. You can get all your numbers, keep your data and hopefully lower those scores.